The silent signs. You're sabotaging yourself without realizing it, and how to stop in 60 seconds. You wake up exhausted even after 8 hours of sleep. Your to-do list is crushed, your boss calls you a rock star, and your friends envy your perfect life. Yet inside, a quiet voice whispers that you're one misstep away from total collapse. You laugh it off as stress, but what if the real enemy isn't the workload? What if it's you? Welcome to the hidden world of self-sabotage, the unconscious psychological patterns that turn high achievers into silent burnout victims. Cognitive behavioral research shows that 87% of chronic fatigue cases in top performers stem not from external pressure but from internalized self-destructive habits. The scariest part? These behaviors feel like discipline. They masquerade as ambition, responsibility, and even self-care. But beneath the surface, they're slow-acting poison. Let's expose the 5 most dangerous unconscious self-sabotage patterns, deliver a brutal honesty self-diagnosis checklist, and arm you with 1-minute fixes backed by clinical psychology. Because the moment you see the trap, you can step out of it. Pattern 1. Catastrophic self-talk disguised as realism. You don't say, "I'm a failure." You say, "better safe than sorry," while replaying every possible worst-case scenario. This isn't caution, it's rumination on steroids. Neuroimaging from Stanford's Anxiety and Depression Lab reveals that chronic worst-case thinkers show 42% higher amygdala activation, the brain's fear center, even during neutral tasks. Your mind literally lives in fight or flight while your body sits at a desk. The result? Adrenal fatigue, decision paralysis, and a 300% increase in procrastination, according to the Journal of Behavioral Medicine. Pattern 2. Perfectionism masquerading as high standards. You're not obsessive, you're detail-oriented. Except those details keep you rewriting emails for 45 minutes and redoing presentations that were already approved. Martin Antony's perfectionism research at Ryerson University found that maladaptive perfectionists experience 60% more burnout and 70% lower life satisfaction than adaptive high achievers. The difference? Adaptive perfectionists celebrate progress. Maladaptive ones punish themselves for the 1% that isn't flawless. Pattern 3. Emotional suppression labeled as stoicism. You don't complain, you handle it. Tears, weakness, frustration, unprofessional. But emotions don't vanish, they metastasize. A 12-year longitudinal study in psychological science tracked 1,200 professionals and found that regular emotional suppressors had 35% higher rates of cardiovascular disease and 40% higher cortisol levels than those who processed feelings within 24 hours. Your silence isn't strength, it's a ticking stress bomb. Pattern 4. People-pleasing disguised as teamwork. You never say no because that's what leaders do. Except every yes steals time from your priorities. Burnout researcher Christina Maslach's exhaustion inventory shows that chronic people-pleasers score in the top 5% for emotional depletion, even when their objective workload is average. Your inability to disappoint others is slowly disappointing your future self. Pattern 5. All-or-nothing thinking marketed as commitment. You don't take breaks because real hustlers grind. A 2023 meta-analysis in Nature Human Behavior analyzed 88 studies and found that workers who skipped micro breaks experienced 50% more cognitive errors and 65% higher burnout after just 4 weeks. Your dedication is actually training your brain for collapse. Ready for the wake-up call? Here's your 60-second self-diagnosis checklist. Answer honestly, no rationalizations. 1. Do you rehearse conversations in your head for more than 5 minutes after they end? 2. Does good enough feel like a personal insult? 3. Do you apologize for things that aren't your fault just to keep peace? 4. Do you check work messages within 10 minutes of waking or before bed? 5. Do you describe rest as lazy even when you're sick? 6. Do you feel guilty when someone compliments you? 7. Do you finish other people's sentences to help them? 8. Do you have a recurring nightmare about missing a deadline that doesn't exist? Score 1 point per yes. 0 to 2. Mild risk, monitor. 3 to 5. Active sabotage, intervene now. 6 to 8. Critical zone, you're burning out in real time. But here's the game changer. You don't need therapy marathons or month-long retreats. Clinical trials from the American Psychological Association prove that micro-interventions under 60 seconds can reduce self-sabotage markers by 28% in just 7 days. Let's weaponize that. Fix 1 for catastrophic self-talk. The 60-second reality anchor, the moment your brain spirals into what if everything goes wrong? Force a verbal interrupt. Say out loud, evidence or silence. Then name one concrete fact that contradicts the fear. Example, I'll bomb the presentation becomes evidence. I practiced 3 times and the client loved my last deck. A 2024 randomized trial in cognitive therapy and research showed this technique reduced rumination duration by 68% in high-stress professionals. Your amygdala can't argue with facts, only feelings. Fix 2 for perfectionism, the 60-second 80% rule. Before submitting anything, ask, will the next 20% improvement change the outcome by more than 5%? If no, ship it. Wharton's Adam Grant tested this with 200 executives and found decision speed increased 40% while quality ratings stayed statistically identical. Perfectionists hate this, but your career isn't a museum exhibit. Fix 3 for emotional suppression, the 60-second body scan release. Set a timer, close your eyes, start at your toes and move upward, naming tension aloud. Tight calves, release. Knotted stomach, release. Exhale fully on each release. A study in Emotion Journal tracked 500 participants and found this micro-practice dropped cortisol by 22% in under a minute, more effective than deep breathing alone because it pairs physiological awareness with verbal processing. Fix 4 for people-pleasing, the 60-second boundary script. Keep a pre-written text. I'd love to help, but I'm at capacity this week. Let me connect you with someone who can jump in. Send it verbatim. No apologies, no explanations. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely's research shows that scripted responses reduce guilt by 55% because they bypass the brain's justification loop. Fix 5 for all or nothing thinking, the 60-second micro-win harvest. Every 3 hours, write one sentence. Today, I already succeeded at blank. Example, sent the proposal, drank water, didn't snap at the intern. Positive psychology trials at UPenn found this habit increased dopamine sensitivity by 30%, rewiring the reward system to value progress over perfection. Now let's see these in brutal real-world action. Meet Alex, a 32-year-old software engineer, promoted to team lead. He scored 7 on the checklist. His self-talk, if this release has one bug, I'm getting fired. He rewrote code until 2 a.m., then tested it again at 6 a.m. His perfectionism meant every ticket needed pixel-perfect comments. He suppressed frustration when stakeholders changed requirements, saying no problem while his jaw clenched. He said yes to every mentoring request, then ghosted his own gym time. His all-or-nothing brain labeled a 10-minute coffee break as slacking. Result: 6 months in, Alex missed a critical deadline because he was hospitalized for exhaustion. His doctor's diagnosis, adrenal crash. But here's what happened when he deployed the 60-second fixes. Week 1, he caught the fired spiral and forced evidence. 3 successful releases this quarter. The thought lost power in 12 seconds. Week 2, he shipped a feature at 82% polish. His manager replied, "This is gold." No one noticed the missing 18%. Week 3, he did the body scan in the bathroom stall after a tense meeting. His heart rate dropped from 110 to 84 BPM. Week 4, he sent the boundary text to a pushy product manager. The world didn't end. Week 5, his micro-win journal read, "Pushed code, ate lunch without screens, laughed at a meme." Energy returned. Sleep deepened. Creativity spiked. By month 3, Alex's team hit their sprint goals early, and he took his first vacation in 2 years without checking Slack. The science backs the turnaround. A 2025 longitudinal study in the Journal of Applied Psychology tracked 1,000 knowledge workers using micro-interventions. Those who applied at least 3 60-second fixes daily reported 45% lower burnout, 38% higher productivity, and 52% improved sleep quality after 90 days. The control group, 12% worse across all metrics. But Alex's story isn't the exception, it's the blueprint. Because self-sabotage isn't a character flaw, it's a cognitive virus, and the 60-second fixes are the antivirus. Let's push deeper with Lisa, a 28-year-old content creator who scored 8 on the checklist. Her perfectionism manifested as 47 drafts of a 60-second reel. She'd film at 3 a.m. because golden hour was yesterday. Her self-talk? "If this flops, my brand dies." She suppressed tears during live streams when trolls attacked, then doom-scrolled comments for 4 hours. She said yes to every brand deal, then delivered late because she was helping her sister's startup for free. Her all-or-nothing brain labeled a rest day as career suicide. Burnout hit during a sponsored trip. Mid-keynote, her mind went blank. She froze for 11 seconds on stage. 50,000 live viewers watching. The clip went viral for all the wrong reasons. Therapy waitlists were 3 months. Retreats cost $5,000. Instead, Lisa weaponized the fixes. Morning 1, she caught the brand dies spiral and forced evidence. Last reel hit 2.1 million views. The panic dissolved in 18 seconds. Draft 47 became Draft 1, shipped at 9 a.m. Engagement, 27% higher than her perfect versions. Body scan in the hotel mirror dropped her shaking hands. Boundary text to a demanding sponsor. Honored but booked solid. Here's my rate card for Q3. They paid double. Micro-win harvest at noon. Posted, hydrated, didn't refresh analytics 400 times. By day 7, Lisa slept 6 uninterrupted hours, a personal record. Month 2, she launched a course teaching the fixes. Enrollment, 3,400 students. Revenue replaced the brand deals she dropped. The psychology is airtight. The brain's default mode network, responsible for self-referential rumination, quiets within 45 seconds of external focus shifts, per fMRI studies from Harvard's Mindfulness Center. Each fix hijacks this circuit. Verbal evidence anchors the prefrontal cortex. 80% rule triggers dopamine completion. Body scan activates parasympathetic response. Boundary script bypasses guilt via pre-commitment. Micro-wins rewire reward salience. Stack them, and you're running a neural patch update in real time. But here's the part most miss. Self-sabotage thrives in isolation. The moment you name it, you defang it. Start a saboteur log tonight. 3 columns. Trigger, old pattern, new 60-second fix. Example, trigger, boss's vague email. Old pattern, 40-minute spiral about being fired. New fix, evidence promoted last quarter. Review weekly. Patterns crystallize. Progress accelerates. A 2024 trial in organizational behavior and human decision processes gave 400 managers this log. After 30 days, self-reported sabotage dropped 61%. Peer-rated leadership effectiveness rose 34%. No coaching, no apps, just radical honesty and micro-action. The deeper trap, cultural gaslighting. Society glorifies the grind. Sleep when you're dead. No excuses. Hustle harder. These aren't motivators, they're sabotage enablers. A 2025 Gallup meta-analysis of 2.7 million workers found that employees in hustle culture companies had 73% higher burnout and 41% lower innovation scores than those in recovery-focused environments. Your exhaustion isn't weakness, it's data. So here's your battle plan. Tonight, run the checklist. Tomorrow, pick one fix and deploy it the instant the pattern fires. In 7 days, add a second. In 30, you'll run all 5 on autopilot. The reward? Energy that doesn't crash at 3 p.m. Decisions that don't paralyze. Relationships that don't drain. A mind that works for you, not against you. Self-sabotage ends the moment you stop negotiating with it. You don't need more willpower. You need less tolerance for your own excuses. The science is settled. Micro-interventions compound faster than macro overhauls. A life without unconscious self-destruction isn't a fantasy. It's a checklist away. Start now. Your future self is already breathing easier.